Ever wondered about the giants of the avian world soaring high above us? Those magnificent beings that rule the skies with their impressive size and wingspan? Yes. Today we're turning our gaze upwards to explore the world of the biggest birds on our planet. The size of a bird is a fascinating subject. It's not just about the length from beak to tail. Oh no, it's so much more. You see, the size of a bird can be measured in a number of ways. Wingspan is one of the most common measures. The larger the wingspan, the farther and more efficiently a bird can travel. But that's not all. Weight also plays a crucial role. A heavy bird needs more energy to fly, but it also has the advantage when it comes to defending territory or competing for a mate. Our countdown will take into account these factors and more as we unveil the top 5 biggest birds in the world. And trust me, these aren't your average backyard sparrows. These are true giants, rulers of the sky and the land. You'll meet birds that can reach up to 9 feet in height and others with wingspans that would dwarf a grown man. But before we dive into our list, let's take a moment to appreciate these magnificent creatures. The diversity and adaptability of birds is truly astounding. From the tiny hummingbird flitting from flower to flower to the mighty eagle soaring high above the mountains, each bird is a marvel of evolution, perfectly adapted to its environment. As we journey through our countdown, we'll not only be looking at size, we'll also explore the unique traits and behaviors that make each of our top 5 so special. We'll see how they live, how they hunt, and how they interact with their environment, and we'll discover what makes each one a true giant in its own right. So, are you ready to take flight on this feathered journey? To explore the skies and the lands from a bird's eye view? Stay tuned as we fly into the world of these majestic creatures and reveal the 5th largest bird on our list. Coming in at number 5, we have the Marabou stork, a bird that's earned a somewhat morbid nickname. The marabou stork, also known as Leptoptylos crumenifer, is a massive bird native to Africa. The bird's size is truly impressive, with a height that can stretch up to 5 feet and a wingspan that can reach over 10 feet. This makes the marabou stork one of the largest flying birds in the world. But what sets the marabou stork apart from other large birds is its unique, somewhat eerie appearance. Its bald, scab-like head, coupled with its dark, cloak-like wings and long, thin beak, give it an uncanny resemblance to an undertaker from Victorian times. Hence, it has been affectionately dubbed the Undertaker bird. The marabou stork is not just known for its size and unique appearance. It's also a bird of fascinating behavior and adaptations. For instance, it has a distinctive throat pouch that inflates and deflates to regulate body temperature, an adaptation that is particularly useful in the hot African savanna where it resides. The marabou stork's habitat is as diverse as its diet. From grasslands to wetlands to rubbish dumps and fishing villages, these birds are highly adaptable. They are scavengers feeding on carrion, small animals, and even other birds. This scavenging behavior further cements their undertaker reputation, as they're often seen cleaning up the remains of the deceased animals. Did you know that the marabou stork is also a symbol of good luck in some cultures? Despite its somewhat morbid appearance and behavior, people in parts of Africa believe that seeing a marabou stork brings good fortune. The marabou stork, a bird that truly stands out in a crowd. But hold on, there are even bigger birds waiting to be discovered. Swooping in at number 4, meet the American condor, a bird that rules the sky with its massive wingspan. The American condor, or more specifically, the California condor, is a sight to behold. Imagine a bird with a wingspan stretching up to 9.5 feet wide, nearly as long as a compact car. That's the American condor for you, a true sky giant. This colossal wingspan allows it to soar effortlessly high above the ground, riding the thermal currents like a master pilot. The American condor is a scavenger, preferring a diet of carrion. It feeds on the remains of deer, cattle, and other large mammals, using its sharp beak to tear away the flesh. Unlike other birds, the condor can go for several days without eating, then gorge itself on several pounds of food in one sitting. This eating pattern is a necessity for a bird that may travel over 100 miles to find its next meal. As for its habitat, the American condor prefers open grasslands and rugged terrains like mountains and cliffs. These places provide the thermal currents it needs to soar and the carcasses it feeds on. You'll find them in the wild expanses of California, Arizona, Utah, and Baja California in Mexico. Now, for some fun facts. Did you know that the American condor has one of the longest lifespans among birds? They can live up to 60 years in the wild. Also, despite their size, they lay only one egg every 2 years, making it a slow reproducing species. Sadly, the American condor is critically endangered, primarily due to habitat destruction and lead poisoning. But thanks to conservation efforts, their numbers are slowly increasing. As of now, there are around 449 condors flying freely in the wild. The American condor, a sky giant indeed. But can you guess which bird outsizes this magnificent creature? Striding in at number 3, we have the emu, a bird that prefers running over flying. Hailing from the sunburnt plains of Australia, the emu is the second tallest and second heaviest bird in the world. It stands tall at around 6 feet and can weigh up to a hefty 120 pounds. Now, that's a bird you wouldn't want to mess with. But what makes the emu truly fascinating is its penchant for speed. Despite its substantial size, the emu can sprint at astonishing speeds, clocking in at over 30 miles per hour. This is a bird that has truly embraced the saying, "Life in the fast lane." And while it may seem strange for a bird of such stature, the emu is incapable of flight. Yes, you heard that right. This bird has wings, but it doesn't use them to fly. Instead, it uses them to maintain balance while running at high speeds or to shade its young from the harsh Australian sun. It's a clear case of evolution prioritizing function over form. The emu also has some other peculiar characteristics. For instance, it's one of the few birds that has calf muscles. This unique adaptation is what gives the emu its impressive running speed. As for its habitat, the emu is a true Aussie through and through. It roams the vast savannas and woodland areas of Australia, from the coastal regions to the arid interior. Resourceful and adaptable, the emu is able to survive in a variety of climates, from the scorching heat of the outback to the cooler southern regions. And here's a fun fact for you. Did you know that it's the male emu that incubates the eggs? That's right. After the female lays her eggs, it's the father who takes on the responsibility of keeping them warm until they hatch, often going without food or water for weeks at a time. The emu, a true heavyweight. But wait, there's more. Can you guess the next bird on our list? Standing tall at number 2, we have the ostrich, the heavyweight champion of the bird world. The ostrich is not just an average bird, it's a superlative creature that defies the typical bird norms. Towering over its feathered peers, an adult ostrich can reach up to 9 feet in height, and tipping the scales, it can weigh more than 300 pounds. That's heavier than some adult humans. But the ostrich isn't just about size, it's also about speed. Despite its colossal size, the ostrich can outrun many animals, clocking in at over 40 miles per hour. That's faster than a greyhound. The secret to this surprising speed lies in its powerful two-toed legs, which can propel the bird forward with astonishing agility and grace. And if you think that's impressive, let's delve into some of the ostrich's unique characteristics. Unlike most birds, ostriches have just 2 toes on each foot, with the larger toe developed almost like a hoof. This unique adaptation allows them to run at high speeds over long distances. Moreover, ostriches lay the largest eggs of any living bird, and their eyes, with a diameter of around 2 inches, are bigger than those of any other land animal. That's right, their eyes are larger than their brains. Ostriches are native to the arid and semi-arid regions of Africa, where they can be found gallivanting across the savannas and desert lands. They are perfectly adapted to survive in these harsh environments, subsisting on a diet of plants, seeds, and the occasional insect. But perhaps the most interesting fact about ostriches is their unique method of defense. When threatened, they don't take flight like most birds. Instead, they drop to the ground and remain still, blending in with their surroundings. The ostrich, a bird that's truly larger than life. But believe it or not, there's one bird that's even bigger. Soaring in at number 1, meet the albatross, a bird that truly rules the skies. This magnificent creature is the epitome of avian grace and endurance, boasting the longest wingspan of any bird in the world. With wings that stretch out to an impressive 11 feet, the albatross is a true wonder of the natural world. These expansive wings are not just for show. They are the key to the albatross's extraordinary long-distance flight capabilities. Powered by a technique known as dynamic soaring, the albatross can glide over the ocean for hours and even days at a time without flapping its wings, covering thousands of miles with ease. This is a bird that has turned the art of flight into a masterclass in energy efficiency. The albatross calls the Southern Ocean home, but it's a true globetrotter. It spends most of its life in flight, crossing vast oceans and circling the globe. The albatross only returns to land to breed and raise its young, often returning to the same nesting site year after year. But it's not all serious business for these wingspan wonders. Did you know that albatrosses are known for their intricate and entertaining courtship dances? These dances involve a series of beak clacking, wing spreading, and sky pointing, all in a bid to win over a mate. And once paired, albatrosses are known to mate for life, a testament to their loyalty and dedication. However, the albatross is not immune to the challenges of the modern world. Threatened by longline fishing, plastic pollution, and climate change, the albatross is now a focus for conservation efforts. We must do all we can to ensure that these majestic birds continue to rule the skies for generations to come. The albatross, the undisputed king of wingspan. These are the top 5 biggest birds in the world, each one a marvel of nature's design. So next time you look up at the sky, imagine these giants soaring above you.